actually quite dangerous. There's the recording, so that we can have a little conversation about this. Today, we're going to be practicing beginning fresh, beginning new, beginning most awake, most alive, most present. It's the only way you can be until you do what the habit mind's nature is to do. By the way, Carrie was just talking about it, which eliminates presence, which is to think, she said, there was the key verb, that you know the day, that you know the moment, that you know what you think you want to know, which is only the delusional aspect of the ego. I know this day. Some of us woke up today going, yay, Tuesday. You thought you knew something about this Tuesday. That openness can be okay, but be careful, because sometimes that yay is, I'm going to get to do X, Y, or Z, which may or may not happen. And in fact, one of the limits of a day, I was talking with someone about this yesterday, is we have the fantasy, don't we all, that we're going to have this day. Let's start right there. The belief thought that you begin with, that I have this Tuesday. And that's not actually true at all. You don't have anything but this present moment, this presence, this reality, this being in your kitchen, this taking the sip of this coffee, this listening to this voice. That's the beauty of the day. And can we awaken to it with something fresh? Can we awaken with not knowing? Can we awaken with wonder, curiosity, awe at the infinite, unrealized possibilities of the day without constructing our day? It's very difficult to do. Why? I have things in my calendar, you have things in yours. We begin with this idea that we know, and how to hold life, how to hold the day we're going to talk about today, especially in the light of this new light, this light of summer, the light of awareness. And this morning light, I think, has something special to offer, I have to say. This morning begins empty. It begins brand new. It begins without construct, because you have been gifted this day. Can we begin there? Just recognizing the gift of the possibility. We haven't done anything yet of this day, awakening to sounds, to sights, to body experience, to breath. And so we're going to be practicing with that light today. One, because I think we all take it, all of us. There's not one of us here, there's not one of us that don't take that light, the beauty of the first light of morning, for granted. I believe, as do many, almost all spiritual traditions, believe that that's an opportunity, a pristine opportunity, isn't it? That beginning light, that first awakening, in which to set the mind for the whole of the day. And we do know by research, the neuroscience is clear, and I've said this many times before, haven't I, that the where you place the mind with intention, these first few thoughts of the day will set the course for the entire day. And it's like a river running, that the way you establish that stream, where you place the mind, how you direct it, will determine how it is then lived and experienced by you. And so what better thing could you do, or I do, than to set the mind on purpose towards the good, towards the wakeful, towards the present, What other things could we say? Right? What better thing then could we do than this? I don't know it. I think you're going to be hard pressed to come up with it yourself, than to acknowledge the presence, the beauty, the preciousness, also the gift out of its very impermanence, because we don't know how this day is going to unfold, and not one of us knows if we get to the end of it. Do we? Not one of us knows. And I don't see that as bad news. I see that as beautiful acknowledgement, because then we live the day. Then we live the day. You've heard this many times, as have I. Live the day as if it is your first and as if it is your last. And it will be a beautiful day, right? And it will be a beautiful day. No options. I'm going to share a few poems with you as you prepare to sit. Let's see if I can find them. I've got a new little system here on my computer. So being the techno peasant that I am, it's always somewhat of a challenge. That's why I have Carrie. She tries to back up that techno peasantness that can happen. So here's one of my favorite poems, of course, as Mary Oliver is one of my favorite poets. And this is what she has to say. Every morning, the world is created. Under the orange sticks of the sun, the heaped ashes of the night turn into leaves again and fasten themselves to the high branches, and the ponds appear like black cloth on which are painted islands of summer lilies. If it is your nature to be happy, you will swim away along the soft trails for hours, your imagination alighting everywhere. And if your spirit carries within it the thorn that is heavier than lead, if it's all you can do to keep on trudging, there is still somewhere deep within you a beast shouting that the earth is exactly what it wanted. Each pond with its blazing lilies is a prayer heard and answered lavishly every morning, whether or not you have ever dared to be happy, whether or not you have ever dared to pray. Have you ever dared to be present enough to cry, really, from the beauty of this day, yet unlived? Yet unlived. You haven't even done it. But the possibility, the offer of this day is already bringing us to tears, already brings us, as Mary Oliver says, to the prayer. There would be nothing else to do, says Thomas Merton, than to fall to the ground. Here is the other, and then we'll sit for a new beginning. Each day, each moment, each breath, right? A new beginning. And look at what we do. We construct it so much that we can't see the space in it. We can't see the newness. We can't see the aliveness. We can't see the presence in us, in it, because we've already to the next. I've got this at 9, got an 8:45 client, then I got this other thing at 10, and then I got this other thing at noon, right? Construct. This is our insanity. This is our insanity. Can we remember how insane it is? And then what? Simply invite ourselves back to the gifted, precious present. Just right back here, however you are, however it is, it's already perfect in its appearance. And so let's see what John O'Donohue has to say. For a new beginning, in out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown, which was the last moment. You have already outgrown it. Just the breath before. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight, when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. The world awaits you. This is the truth of the practice. I'm going to check, just make sure. It looks like we're all perfectly muted. Beautiful. Let's see if we can set a gallery view so I can see all those beautiful black boxes of you. And so let's prepare to sit and be watchful. I just saw a little talk by Eckhart Tolle that made me laugh because he said, you know, when we think of meditation, we get all puffed up. We fill ourselves with the helium of the ego. The helium of the ego. Wow, what a line. I love that. Like a big balloon. And so this is not the practice, actually. The practice is to establish oneself what? Present. Present. What's that? What does that feel like? And so let's start there. What is that? Just being present to this amazing, open, beautiful, new, fresh. It's been lit for us by that morning sun. It is arising with the sun moment by moment. Can we just take a breath? Simply arriving here. Simply arriving here. You don't even need to close your eyes. That's how amazing this is. It's all right here. Open or closed, right? Can we breathe the breath simply of this new beginning? This one present, precious breath moment. Feel the space that has been created for you, says John O'Donohue. This moment that has been offered like a precious gift to you. Can you truly arrive here, putting all the moments before and all the moments to come? Let them simply arise. And then I'd like you to just take a moment looking at that which the light of awareness and the light of the morning sun is shining upon. Just see where that is. I have a little tiny view out the side of my screen of the bamboo in the back of my yard. I rarely notice this. And the light, for whatever reason, is shining right through, touching on those little sliver leaves. And we can awaken to this. It might be a ray of light shining through a window. Now, this is somewhat of a obscured day, but no less lit. It is just as light, it is just as bright, it is just as filled with possibility, moment by moment, settling them from that open space around us. Simply breathing presence. Breathe it in and breathe out. There is no thinking about this moment. There is only the breath and arriving. And we offer this day, breath by breath, to the end of suffering and the promise of true, undying, abiding happiness and freedom. We offer this for ourselves, for each other, and for all beings. Breathe in, breathe out. Presence, wakefulness, the energy of this new day, setting the mind in it. See if we can simply settle into the body and the breath. This is an anchor for the present moment. We don't glue ourselves there, so be watchful. There are sounds. I can hear the bird song. I can hear my own voice, the tick of the clock, the beat of the heart. Objects of the present moment. Breathe in, breathe out. We settle the mind into the body, becoming whole, coming home. Breathe in, breathe out. With each out breath, we clear the mind for the new delight of this very next in breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Can we let go of the moment before who we thought we were so that we could fully arrive here? Breathe in, breathe out. Watch the tendency to hold on, to hold the breath, to not fully release, not to fully soften and open. Risk it. Become empty so that you can be completely filled. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the stillness, the silence, the open space. Feel the arrival, presence here. Breathe in wakefulness, presence. Then we breathe out concepts. We breathe out attachment. We breathe out self-making, opinions, bias. We settle completely into the present moment. We breathe out ease. Feeling the aliveness, the uplift, the inspiration of the arrival in his new birth. And we soften in, we lighten up, we let go. We fully arrive with the out-breath. No separation between this presence and the present moment. Breathe in, breathe a short breath or a long, an ache, an itch, an inspiration, a harsh thought, a loving thought. Can we arrive and open and let the object be known without separation, without thinking? And we stay present and awake in the experience itself. We remember then our abiding presence, always here, available, fresh and new. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're resting the mind in open space, make sure you come back to the body and breath. Drop into the experience as known by presence. Allow the sound to move from outward to inward. Feel its effects. If we touch on a harsh thought or loving one, come back to the body. Let it be known and fully experienced through and through. It all has something to teach us. Breathe in, breathe out. This presence is the light of awareness shining. Breathe in, breathe out. When the knower and the known are conjoined, this is the knowing of that loving presence. Breathe in, breathe out. No separation, no struggle, no resistance, no thinking required. We welcome and release in equal measure, letting objects come and go. We don't push or shove or cling or hold. Breathe in, breathe out. See if you notice that as we arrive completely to this one breath, this one moment, there is no hunger. There is no regret. There is no falling back to the last moment or pursuing the next. It is complete of itself. Breathe in, breathe out. There is only this moment. There has never been more and never less. Breathe in, breathe out. This is the moment where all love, all presence, all connection, all belonging can be realized. Breathe in, breathe out. This is the path to the end of suffering, to the end of sorrow and lament. This is the way to all happiness and freedom. Breathe in, breathe out. And as the light of awareness touches into this new day, this new moment, we take delight and are glad. And then we offer the wish that all beings be happy, that all beings be free from past and future. All beings rejoice at their capacity to awaken and be present, to be loving and alive. Let all beings rest and dwell in the in-breath. Resting in equanimity. Breathe in, breathe out. And in our presence, may we fill this moment with love and kindness. And may we be well. In this present moment, may we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. And may this practice today contribute. So here we rest in the beauty of the present moment. And then the question only becomes, what could be the problem? What could be the problem? Because we've already found a solution. There it is. Any thoughts, questions? I see a chat item. Let me check in there. Leanne, you're welcome. Anything else? I'll sip on my coffee, see if there's anything anybody wants to offer. If anyone wants those poems, let me know. It is the simplest and the hardest thing, right? But I think it helps. It for sure helps me to start this way. It's harder to get lost if we begin like this, right? doesn't mean we like everything that's happening, but that was never the point. That liking or not liking is usually attached to some egoic framing, some I want it because then I feel good, or then I feel acknowledged, or then I'm validated, or then, this idea that that's where love is. It doesn't have very much to do with it, actually. Love is an inside job. It's what we experience and then offer from that openness, that receptivity, that allowing things to be as they are, not trying to, that construction that we all get into in the day when it doesn't go our way, right? The bad day is the day that doesn't go our way. And the consequence of that, I think, is what I would like everyone to check into. The consequence of judging a day, living a day, creating a day that has to go your way. Because then you're going to miss the irrepeatable miracle of what's here, which is a really sad, ridiculous waste of time. And we're all doing it, right? So not to be condemning or judging of it, it's really important to see it, because then in the seeing it, as you saw it during this meditation, as did I, the mind that went off to, oh yeah, or what about, or oh, I like that bird. It doesn't matter. The thoughts aren't the issue, right? The thoughts aren't the problem. It is not thinking itself that is our dilemma. It's in fact a resource and a beautiful thing. It's the buying in to the believed thoughts that it should be some other way. I should be like this. If only it could be like that. And it's continuous. Really, it's virtually continuous. So it isn't that it's occurring, that we can see it occurring, is in fact what? The light of awareness shining on our preferences, the light of awareness shining on our humanness, the light of awareness shining on, then we can wake up and make choices. I can either stay in the thinking if it's important, or I can choose to just open back into the body breath. And then all that is arising this moment. This is the way, we know it for certain, to true happiness and freedom. I hope you could feel some sense of that. It isn't a giddy happiness necessarily. It is a connecting, though, isn't it? Like this, and then this, and then this, and then this thinking even, no problem, beautiful, and then letting it go, and then this breath, and then that sound, and then that itch, and then right, and being with that, and watching it come, and watching it go, all of it shining in the light of awareness. Then no struggle, no difficulties. I hope that this, yes, I will send those poems. I have an entire, I think there's a whole list of them. I think I've just created a little file called Morning Poems. I will send them. Remind me, I'm looking at the screen to see who's here, but remind me if you don't get it and want it. I do see. And so can we use that reminder today, breathe in, breathe out, as a way of inviting ourselves here, and inviting ourselves here, and inviting ourselves here, so that that becomes the habit. We just get here and here. I hope that this practice will be. Okay, Dennis, we're going to be holding you as you stay present. Very tempting when we have a procedure, right? Procedures, very tempting in a procedure for the mind to go, oh, what about? And what happens when they stick me? And how does that go if they blah, blah. And actually, it's a real opportunity, isn't it? To really stay in the experience in the body now and be here with whatever is here, including thinking about the procedure, noticing that. What's the breath of that? Usually, right? But can you just stay? Can you stay and make a commitment to yourself to watch that mind, especially when we have something coming up that has some vulnerability for us in it, or some fear in it, or some dread or regret, whatever's happening, we have a tendency to get vaulted off into it's going to go like this, or what if, right? That what if thinking mind, what if it goes like that? And we cannot know. We can only be awake, alive, and present, loving and connected here. Light of awareness, shine it here, shine it here. And we will all shine it down on you as well, with blessings for safety and ease in it, as well to the rest of you for this day, the one that comes with things we don't know. So I think we're good for today. Let's be well, everyone. Breathe in, breathe out. Please offer that reminder to yourself throughout the day. See if you can't send the invitation to that thinking mind to come home, and see if it isn't of benefit to you, as it will be, not only to you, by the way, but to others. All right, everyone. Thursday morning, I will be here at 7 a.m. We're going to be doing a short practice, mostly silent, from 7 to about 7:35 or so, as I get ready to head out to Vegas this weekend to visit my brother. I will be doing Saturday morning. I thought I could do it from the phone. We're going to be doing it that way. Saturday morning practice. I think we've got one of the rain practices scheduled for this Saturday. So please join me then. If we could put our hands together at the heart, gather it up in the heap. May we offer these blessings, these merits, and these benefits, everything good. May we offer it all to the end of suffering and the realization of true, abiding, unconditioned happiness and freedom. May we offer to ourselves, to each other, and in ever expanding circles, may it continue as it only will, until all beings are happy, safe, have ease, and are free. May we all be filled with loving kindness and be happy. May it be so this very day. So be it. Thank you all so much. Be well, everyone. Take good care, Dennis. I'll be thinking of you. It will all go well. I trust good works. May it go well. Be well, everyone. I'll see you soon.